And we're back. This is the first week in June, and it is time for summer fun, Brian.
Hooray!
Summer fun. With
wait, we're normal people except for you. Summer's the same.
I get summer fun because I'm a teacher, and I'm not taking a class this summer, so I really don't know what to do with myself. Except
if only you had bunches of video games and movies and comics built up to watch and play.
I know, but I feel like that's what my students should be doing. It's weird because I think most of my students are probably working during the summer, and I'm the one that's like going to be playing video games and like eating junk food while reading a comic book and farting around in my boxers. But enough talking about me and my boxers. Let's move into our first comics of June, our first comics of summer. Making a bigger deal than it should be.
It is very big. It's a big deal.
It's a pretty.
Too bad they don't do the Marvel swimsuit issues like they used to.
I know. Who's the artist that did those?
Well, they did a bunch of them.
Yeah, but
it was Wildstorm guys mostly.
I know that there's that. There's Wolverine, and he's like grilling hot dogs with his claws.
Mm-hmm.
He's like biting into them, and yeah, there's some stupid ones.
They were beautiful, dude.
But man, God, I haven't thought about those in way too long. But those are weird too because they show like characters like Jubilee and like Kitty Pryde, and they like wear like little big bikinis. You know, like I think in continuity these are like kids. Like these are younger.
Certainly Jubilee was
Jubilee was a
girl,
child,
but I mean it wasn't like she was poured up like Psylocke would be or something.
I guess it was okay because I was like 6 when this came out, so I could check out those. I think I don't really remember the comics, but I remember like in
they
the
weren't
Marvel
comics; they were just pinups.
And like the Marvel trading cards, there was like they would like have like one swimsuit card, you know, so you get all these like cool '90s art cards like Jim Lee and stuff, and then like, oh here's Wolverine and Speedo. Glad I got this. And the bad thing is like I know Captain America wore a Speedo.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him sporting one, but that's a weird aside.
You do seem very interested in the males in the swimsuit issue rather than the females.
Well, because their swimsuits were far more revealing than the females, which was pretty odd. For the first time in comics, the men were wearing a lot less than the women, which is pretty bizarre. But what is also pretty bizarre is not a lot of comics came out this week.
It was kind of a slow week unless you were getting trades. There were a lot of collections. But
this is probably the most I spent on comics in 1 week. And I only got one single issue. And it's one that I don't usually pick up. So it was this one, my pick of the week.
Well, you usually pick it up. It just hasn't been on for so long.
Well, I usually pick it up digitally. I don't know why either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I think one of the main reasons why I started picking this up, the digital codes helped, certainly. We'll talk about that when we actually talk about the issue, though.
Right.
We're putting the old cart ahead of the horse there. Mara's not here.
Yeah, you could certainly tell because we're just completely rambling.
Exactly. But go ahead with some independence.
All right, we have one whole independent to talk about. And
Jeez,
this is one that Mara wouldn't even normally talk about anyway. It's Angel and Faith, the number 3. Yeah, number 3. Faith is still trying to figure out if she can be a bodyguard to the stars kind of a deal, while Angel is trying to figure out what's going on in Magic Town in England. It's been good so far. I think the Buffy book is kind of better at this point, but it's still good. So there you go. There's your independent books.
Jeez.
All right, well, I'm going to up it up with 2 whole DC comics.
Oh, man.
First up, we got Earth 2, number 24. Stuff is still happening. Superman's still smashing stuff, but I think we're to the point where maybe we're about to kind of maybe defeat him, sort of. At least until they start the,
Multiversity.
Well, no, not the Multiversity, the weekly Earth 2 book.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I saw Barack Obama Superman.
Oh, Multiversity is coming, but it won't be in. It's in the new previews, so it won't be for another couple months.
And once again, Mara's not here, so I can talk about advertisements. But I saw Scott Ackerman wearing a unitard there.
Yeah,
so
he is indeed.
That's
He's
nice.
your boy.
Yeah. All right.
And then the other one we got is The Wake number 9. Crazy fish stuff happening in the future.
It's like Aspen Comics.
No, I mean
it's like Fathom.
She's not wearing a swimsuit. She's wearing like clothes.
I know. I'm making a terrible segue to Fathom from Aspen Comics. Michael Turner's Fathom.
And there you go. There's DC.
Yep. Well, geez, that's it. Already at Marvel.
That's
Marvel.
it. Yeah, already Marvel. You don't have much to talk about
Yeah.
there either.
Well, from Aspen Comics this week, we have Fathom number 0. No, I'm just kidding. We don't. Do you ever get anything from Aspen?
Nobody orders it, so
Yeah. Who would want to?
some people do.
Do you own any Fathom or Aspen comics?
Off the top of my head, I don't think I do, but I might.
No, I don't know why I'm trying to put down a dead guy and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think actually I do. I think I have a trade paperback of. I don't think it's Fathom. I think it's one of the other books. Soul Fire, is that one of them? What's the
That
other
sounds like it.
one? Like Jeff Loeb wrote it and Turner did the art.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
still
really?
wasn't great though.
Oh, well. I was getting excited. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, tell me about that. But you're like, yeah, it sucked.
Sucked is a strong word, but I wouldn't recommend it.
No, okay. Alright, well, over at Marvel, we have quite a bit of comics. Quite a lot less because both of our picks of the week come from Marvel, but that's how it happens sometimes. And of course, once
That happens
again,
almost every time.
yeah, there's some other good stuff from Marvel that I'm not talking about just because I'm not overly familiar with it. The first one I am familiar with is one that I just read, Original Sin number 3, and I don't know, if you're just totally anti-event, you know, stay clear of this one, I guess. But if not, if you're just curious, this is an awesome issue. It was pretty interesting, and it's pretty revealing, and the ending is pretty exciting. So I'm definitely curious about what's going to happen in number 4. I wonder what is going to be attached, because if you redeem the digital code, you get the Infinity comic.
Oh really? I haven't
Yeah.
even looked. I've been doing it, but I haven't looked.
Yeah.
I know it said in the back that there's one for Secret Warriors
Yeah.
2 or whatever.
Well, this one, they've been different so far, so I'm going to assume all 8 comics are going to have different Infinity comics that are going to focus on the same story. Because the last one was Nick Fury Jr. and Coulson. It was pretty good. I can't remember what the first one was. I want to say Nova, but it surely wasn't Nova, because
I don't know.
they've already done, they did Nova with 0 issue.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed Original Sin number 3. Heads up though, you will need your Wikipedia or your Marvel character guide out if you want to know who everybody is.
And you said heads up.
Heads up.
Oh, no pun intended.
Oh, that you'll see if you read it. All right, so I don't know why I pulled this one, but I like calling Bun. But Magneto number 5. Wow, 5. This double shipping, I guess.
I probably did the first issue.
Okay.
Or the first 2 issues, whatever you want to call them.
But yeah, no, I've heard it's good. I plan on reading it. I have this one kind of backed up. So yeah, no, I'm sure it's gonna be exciting. He's still in, not Genosha, but
No, he's running around killing Sentinel guys.
oh sweet. I heard like was this the Blob was in, and there was like that Jack Kirby looking panel.
What was that in last week?
It couldn't.
No, it was on Kenny X-Men.
Okay.
Because
all
yeah,
right.
Blob was all feeding off of Dazzler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
awesome.
it was.
Also, heads up, issue 2.
Don't talk about that, Matt.
Road Force Wrecked and Ruined. Yeah. This is actually a comic. It's written by people. It has credits. It's unlike those comics that were advertising Twinkies and Ho-Hos back in the 80s. We actually have the credits to this one. I don't know who any of these people are. I've heard of Scott Hanna. Yeah.
Well, I've heard of the colorist on the letter, but
yeah, that's pretty bad when that's that's the draw.
But the writer and the penciler I've never heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere though, dude.
Exactly. And Road Force Wrecked and Ruined, part 2 of 6, might be where Mark Simorak and
Well, I mean, think of it this way: more people saw that than they see this.
that's probably true.
Because it's
Yeah.
on all the back of all the Marvel comics.
There you go. That's a good way to advertise it there. So who knows? It's gonna get their names out there, I'm sure, or not. Amazing X-Men number 8. Wow, jeez. It feels like that's crazy that we're that far ahead, but I guess that makes sense.
Nightcrawler was 6, and then
Yeah, jeez. All right, well, World War Wendigo. How have you always said it?
Wendigo.
Wendigo.
I don't think he's like a Mandingo or anything.
Yeah. Well.
But I have no idea if that's right.
My only familiarity with Wendigo is the X-Men arcade game. He shows up there. I thought he was dead. I guess not.
He's this kind of a force of Alpha Flight. I mean, not Alpha Flight of Canada or whatever. Like a force of Canada. Like whenever it's like a ghost thing. Whenever you're a cannibal, you turn into the Wendigo.
If you become a cannibal in Canada,
exactly, dude.
It's like the Northern Lights.
I'll even go ahead and spoil it because it's only the first couple pages.
Sure.
A dude falls into a meat grinder and gets into the hamburger meat, and I guess the whole town eats him, and they all become Wendigos.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
And Wolverine's got to fight him.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's actually exciting.
It is the new creative team too. Craig Kyle,
oh,
and
yeah.
Christopher Yost.
Right on. Cool.
The creators of X-23.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I guess that's true too. Awesome. That should be exciting. They're writing the script of Thor 3, isn't that right?
Yeah, they wrote Thor 2.
That's wild. That's cool.
Yeah, they've been executive producers on stuff on all the cartoons and the movies and stuff.
Well, there you go. Awesome. And speaking of doing a whole bunch of stuff rather than just writing, we got Carrie Andrews.
We're talking about it.
Well, no, because these guys aren't just writing comics; they're also writing. Just go with it. I'm trying to segue.
Right.
Carrie Andrews, and Carrie Andrews is doing a whole bunch of awesome stuff on Iron Fist, including writing, coloring, and illustrating this book. So, if you are curious about Iron Fist, well, this is a decent place to start, I guess.
I want to start with number 1, but
yeah, right. But like this, at least his series is a pretty good introduction to the character, I guess. Fraction stuff's still pretty solid. Did you see that Clark Gregg said that he really hopes to have a cameo on the TV show?
Sure.
I'm sure they'll give it to him.
It seems like that wouldn't be too hard. I mean, it's shooting in New York. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. shoots in Los Angeles, but other than that,
yeah. So I guess Daredevil's going to come out first with that, and then
I don't know. I don't know if they're all going to come out at the same time or what. But certainly Daredevil's the one going into production first.
That's one busy ass weekend. If that's the case.
Because they're going to put them all out at one time.
I'll have to take off work if that's the case.
40 episodes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta watch a whole bunch of comic book TV shows. I'm like an adult. I'm sick. I got comic book fever. It's like Pac-Man fever. All right. Before we get to our picks of the week, last week I was listening to music on my iPhone, and it was mostly U2. No, it was when we were driving to Branson. If you don't know what Branson is and you're watching this, look it up. It's hilarious. But anyway, we're driving to Branson, and it's mostly U2. And then Pac-Man Fever comes on, and I had Mara believing like half the song that U2 sings Pac-Man Fever.
Nice.
She was like, "This is a weird choice for U2." I was like, "Yeah, I know. They're really experimental."
Right.
But
didn't even present it as like a cover. It was like, no,
I was like, this is U2 singing about having a pocket full of quarters and they're heading to the arcade.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good song, I guess. It's as good as it's the best song about Pac-Man ever written. All right, so let's do picks of the week. What's your pick of the week?
All right, mine is Miles Morales, The Ultimate Spider-Man #2. I don't remember if I talked about it number 1, but if you got to number 1, you saw the big reveal, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it to you because it was a month ago. Peter Parker is back. We don't know how yet, but this basically is he shows up at Miles' house and wants his web shooters back.
Is Miles? Is his identity well known in the Ultimate Universe?
I think it's the same way that Peter's was, where kind of most of the heroes and stuff know who he is, but the general public doesn't know who he is.
Cool.
But all the Ultimates and Spider-Woman, all those characters know who he is. So it's been really good. First issue was cool. This one was very good too. Like I said, it's kind of just Miles trying to figure out what the hell's going on with Peter.
Right on.
And a little bit of Green Goblin showing up too.
Yeah, I like Sam Goblin opens up his safe.
Yeah,
I guess that's not big of a spoiler, but
yeah, it's the 3rd page.
yeah, but he's got kind of his trophy
the
room.
Doc Ock arms and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's cool.
So it was cool. Yeah.
Alright, well, my pick of the week is from Marvel as well. It's issue 12 of Superior Foes of Spider-Man, and it's been a while it's at least been a while since we have continued the main story.
It's been a long while because
Yeah.
that one's late just on its own.
And we've had two issues of filler. Just they're like compilations, I guess. Of just
Anthologies,
like,
yeah.
yeah, which
Not
is
even about
fine.
not even about the main characters.
Yeah, that was my biggest gripe. But yeah, they were entertaining.
Yeah, they were fine, but
now I have to like go back and figure out what happened.
I'm sure it was mostly just they were shocked that they had to continue, so they
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to continue with it.
How is this not just?
Right. Wait a minute, I thought it was going to get canceled at number 6 or 7 or whatever it was. So.
But there's an awesome tease too. I love
Oh, no,
this cover, which will be next issue's cover, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But no,
that's been previews, so.
yeah, I love it. It's so funny. I love the random placement of costumes. Anyway, sorry.
You're gonna read it silently for the
yeah,
viewers.
exactly. I'll live read my reactions to the comic. All right, well that's about it for this week. But Brian, where can the kids buy their comics?
We're at Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road in Conway, Arkansas. Good old UCA.
Good behind the good old
Sorry,
UCA.
behind
Whoa.
We're not actually at UCA.
Nope.
Although
No,
more
sir.
or less.
Yeah. Well, it's connected. It's a stone's throw, and quite literally a stone's throw. Just don't throw stones though, because there's a parking lot in between the two.
And a road.
And a road, yeah. Someone will get angry. So, jeez. Mara's right.
Yes, we did.
This is still a very short episode. So, Brian, I guess that's it. Yeah. Wow.
You seem sad.
It's still my groove is thrown off. So, from nerdspan.com.
Wow,
it was that close. It was that close. From nerdspan.com, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Brian Keown.
And we will see you next week.
Doop doop doop.